Hello, I am Jin and this is another episode of Star Wars The Old Republic, and in the last episode we managed to get ourselves a cyber neutralizer that will allow us to assassinate Darth Skotia, although he wasn't very I don't know how to say it, not threatening us, because he was threatening as he was making threats towards Zayana and Lord Zash, but he wasn't very influential to the story. He wasn't a very big obstacle, at least we were just told he is an obstacle. Yeah, so a pity he's probably going to die so quickly, because we have everything we need to kill him. We have the relic that will allow us to bypass his bodyguards, and we have the cyber neutralizer that will allow us to, well, disable the machinery in his body, which will give Zayana a huge advantage in the fight, although she's still a Sith apprentice and he is a Darth, so it might be still a very difficult task, although we have help from Ken Val, so we should manage it. But yeah, still, let's enter into the chambers of Lord Zash and inform her of our success. Hello, I have good news for you.
Not a moment too soon, apprentice. Tell me we were successful. Tell me you have the tech we need to destroy Skotia.
I have the prototype.
Fantastic. Magnificent. Perfect. Then the time to do the deed is now. Skotia is in his chambers as we speak. Be ready. Even with the power you have over him, he will be a frightful sight. Set your nerves of cortosis. Turn your fear into hatred. Remember, Skotia stands between us and glory.
Let's get to the killing.
Good. Now listen closely. This is how you will kill Skotia. The relic you found under the Colossus is the key to Skotia's power over his Trandoshan bodyguards. Go to Skotia's chambers and show them the relic. The Trandoshans should stand down, or attack him or something. The confusion should be enough. This is the first step.
Then I use the anti-cyborg prototype to disable him, right?
Exactly. With the bodyguards gone, you can get close enough to Skotia to use the prototype you stole from Graffens. But be mindful. Skotia may be more machine than man, but he's no weakling in the Force. Killing him will still be a challenge.
It wouldn't be fun if it wasn't.
Oh, I wish I could be there to see the contortions on Skotia's malformed face when you destroy him. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm due to make an appearance at a party in the Nexus Room Cantina. Meet me there when you're done.
Okay, I don't think it was, I don't think it might be clear to you, but the reason why she's tasking us with that mission and she isn't doing that herself is that essentially that would be considered illegal. That, yeah, Siths are constantly fighting each other. However, even the Sith Order has to have a certain order in its in its ranks, because otherwise it would just destroy itself. And so essentially outright killing each other is illegal, so Zayana is supposed to do that instead, so that Lord Zash is protected, you could say. She has this alibi, and therefore she should be she will get away with that. And you know, everybody will know that that was her doing, but nobody will know why, and because of that she will gain a lot of respect. Essentially, it's not like the Sith kill each other, but in more subtle ways than outright attacking them. So yeah, Let's get rid of Darth Skotia. Scars and Skeeks. Hello.
I see. Nothing yet. What makes this slave so bold as to enter my chambers? Tell me, slave, are you insane, or do you have a death wish?
Huh. Definitely not sounds like a great answer, but
If you think this is bad, you should meet my other personality.
Skisk. Kill her.
I believe this belongs to you.
Clever. Zash must have stayed up many a night to think of that one. I suppose you'll be sending my bodyguards away now, or maybe you'll order them to kill me.
we don't care about him, so...
It should at least be entertaining. Tear him to pieces.
They will die, but they will at least weaken him. Or maybe not.
You shouldn't have done that. The bodyguards, they're nothing. Show. But you subverted my authority, took my slaves from me, and that makes me angry. And killing you will be over too soon. No. I think you're going to have to suffer first.
Right. Use it. Okay, I can use it from here. Right. Don't worry. You will die quickly and painfully. Yeah, one pulse was enough, essentially. And you're dead. Ripping strike. Oh, he parried it.
What is this? Ha! Did you... Zash! Zash! You've killed me!
Weaklings are like clay in my hands.
Mindless. You don't know what Zash can do. Think of how many years she must have spent plotting my death. She will kill you, just like she's killed me.
If that day comes, I'll be ready for her.
Yeah. Like I'm not sure about if she betrays Diana. I can predict that. You know, I am ready for that because I assume it will happen. That the Sith betray each other very, very often. Even the apprentices, because we don't have the rule of two, so the apprentices are more like your hands, rather, you know, tools rather than actual students. You have to be very dedicated. And to be fair, I doubt Lord Zash is. Although to be fair, she seems to be quite enthusiastic and you could say even nice, and I really like that. So I hope she won't do that. She won't betray Diana, but you know, it will probably happen. I just assume that. But still, I really like Lord Zash. She isn't very, you know, edgy and stuff like that. She's manipulative, but I still really like her. Right, so where are we supposed to go? Here, apparently. We are supposed to go to this cantina and report to her about Darth Skotia's demise. And yeah, we are kind of protected, you could say, because Zayana is an apprentice, and so nobody will actually believe that Zayana just killed a Darth. No, they would just assume that was something else. Okay, so there's a party here, apparently. Hello. Oh. Aha, okay. So we are supposed to go down, up here. Yes, up here. There's something there? Oh yes, there's a platform. It looked like... For a second it looked like the elevator just stops and there's nothing there. So... I was just confused. What's going on? But yes. Ooh.
Well, when I'd heard she'd taken up with a Mandalorian, I was scandalized. Just scandalized.
A Mandalorian? Does nobody value Sith blood these days?
I know. Don't you think so, Zash?
I places amins wajhajs fools. Gawen tida seek from Tauhans.
I'm sorry, will you excuse me? I need to have a quick chat with my apprentice.
If you must. Now, as I was saying.
Thank the Emperor you've arrived. It doesn't matter how much one drinks. These parties are just dull.
I agree.
I hope you've come to cheer me up.
I have dismantled the machine.
He's dead then? Excellent. You have performed magnificently, apprentice. None of this would have been possible without you.
Lord Zash.
Darth Anaton, I'm honored.
Don't let me interrupt you.
Don't go anywhere just yet, apprentice. This call won't take long, and I have some further instructions for you. As I said, my lord, I'm honored, but why call me?
You have nerve, Zash. Nerve. But I thought you were smarter.
With all respect, Darth Anaton, I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't play ignorant with me, Zash. Skotia's dead, and you killed him.
Skotia? Dead? That's the first I've heard of it. When did this happen?
Just now, Zash, and you know it. What did you expect to gain? His position? His title? You know it doesn't work that way. Where's your discretion?
Discretion? I've been at this party for ages. I may have had a little much to drink, but I'm fairly certain I haven't murdered anyone. Though I have always fancied Skotia's chambers. So much more shelf space.
Zash, I don't want to have this conversation by hollow. Report to my chambers immediately.
Yes, Darth Anaton. It'll be my pleasure.
Okay.
What was that all about?
Give me time to talk to Thanaton, and then meet me in Darth Skotia's chambers. And don't worry, you've played your part, now it's time for me to play mine. We did it, apprentice.
Like I said, that was an alibi. And she now has a proof and witnesses to confirm that she was not involved. At least not directly. And that's what matters. Yes, so... let's go back to Skotia's chambers. Unfortunately, there's a lot of running around. But yeah. Skotia's dead. So there will probably be some commotion there. But it shouldn't be a big problem. Okay, I don't really know what to talk about right now because, like, you know, I'm invested into the story, and I just want to see what happens next. And I'm not sure what to talk about. Like, what's going to happen, huh? I mean, she mentioned that she really enjoyed, she really liked Skotia's chamber, Lord Zash, so I assume we will simply take over that place for ourselves. I really like this relationship with Zayana and Lord Zash. It's very friendly. I really like that. That's why I don't want to really like betray her and have her betray Zayana, because it would be a pity. Like I said, she's fun. Hello.
There she is. It's Lord Zash's apprentice. Surely she knows.
You wouldn't tell us if she did.
Warpines brigan iswis buidan.
Still, it doesn't hurt to ask, does it?
Colonel, let it rest.
I will not let it rest. Everyone knows Lord Zash was at the party when Skotia was killed, and yet everyone knows she killed him. She somehow devised a way of being in two places at once. If I let it rest, we'll all be dead.
Don't be silly. I'm the one who killed Skotia.
Now you're the one who's being silly.
I wouldn't underestimate her, Colonel. She looks dangerous enough to me.
But a Dark Lord of the Sith? She's only an apprentice, Calaveras. Please, you must tell me. How did Zash kill Darth Skotia?
Well, first she got a droid, and then a wig.
Clearly she's not going to tell you, Colonel. Let it rest.
Fine then, fine. But I'm warning you, Calaveras. Lord Zash is becoming too powerful too quickly. Since when has anyone in the history of the Sith committed a murder so brazenly, yet made it appear that she was somewhere else the entire time? It's enough to wake the Emperor, I tell you.
Zayana is just that awesome. I hope you enjoy my dialogue options. I really like female, sassy female characters like that. That's why I'm trying to be, I'm trying to make Zayana as sarcastic as possible whenever possible. Because it's simply fun. The voice actress makes a really great job. It's just a pleasure to listen to Zayana constantly. I just really enjoy that story. I just want to play it all the time and just experience it constantly. That's why I shut up during talking, because simply I feel like I disrupt this this great performance. But yeah, Lord Zash, here you have your Darth Zash. Here you have your loyal apprentice, at least for now.
Perfect timing, apprentice. I just met with that insufferable Thanaton, and I have good news.
Everyone's talking about how you killed Skotia.
Good. Let them talk. They can't prove anything, and it'll drive them mad. And my meeting went exactly as I planned. You would have been proud of me. I went into a reprimand, but I emerged a Darth.
Haha.
You've certainly earned it.
I did more than you realize. Nevertheless, what's important is that we are finally free to act. Remember the map you found on Korriban that pointed us to the power of Tulak Horde? The first piece of that artifact, that power, is here on Drummond Cast. This piece is in the deepest chamber of the Dark Temple. Skotia always hoarded the key to the chamber like a Hutt hoards his credits. Now I have Skotia's title, his chambers, his research, and his key. He always said I would enter the Dark Temple over his rusting corpse. However, I won't be the one to go into the Dark Temple. You will.
Okay,
Why me?
Taupain aipain, karahita bawarp.
Before I went to Korriban to choose an apprentice, a furious apparition awakened in the Dark Temple, implacable in its anger, murdering all who trespassed on the innermost chamber. But I had a dream. An apprentice of low origin humbled himself, or herself as it happened, before the apparition, pacifying it. That's why you and your peers were chosen.
okay, so that's a Force vision. It was a Force vision, yes? Which is possible, we know that you can... well, actually, that's a natural ability of Force users to foresee the futures. That's why That's why their fights are so entertaining, quote unquote, because they essentially they see the strike before it happens. So that's why it's so. It's the explanation why it's so, densely like that. Why it's so really unrealistic, because essentially each opponent tries to see what the other one is going to do in the future, right? They essentially predict each other's movements. So yeah, it's absolutely possible. Although, I mean, she was kind of right. I mean, Zayana appeared and she's awesome. So there is probably truth to that dream.
I wouldn't put so much faith in dreams.
Dreams are when the Force speaks to us most loudly. I believe what I have foreseen. You must go into the temple and face the apparition. And when you do, I believe that your humility will be the key. Still, I want you to know, I'm not certain you're the one from my dream. I fear I may be sending you to your death.
At least she's honest. And yeah, that's just to talk about the last option. I decided to go for that because I don't think Zayana would just go humble myself. I mean, yeah, she's kind of sarcastic, but that was, I feel like, too much. It was overconfident. It was unwise when there's a real possibility of death. I think this is the point where Zayana should be a bit more serious. So, what can we answer? Let's go with number 2, I think. Or maybe number 1?
You're a Sith. Start acting like one.
You're right. You retrieved the holocron from Korriban when no one else could. If that's not proof of your destiny, I don't know what is. Tulak Horde's power awaits us both. We must not lose sight of this goal. Use this glyph to enter the innermost chamber of the Dark Temple. Humble yourself before the apparition, and bring back the piece of the artifact.
Sai galut saira, iswis us ulf bundan, ja atnam, in puidangarja.
Okay, thank you for your advice, Kenval. And yeah, I decided to go with toughen up. I think that was actually a good advice. Like, yes, it's great that Darth Zash is actually somewhat overprotective of Zayana, but she should also sometimes, I don't know what to say, let her do her thing. Like, you may... It's already too late to just say, no, we are not going to explore this temple. You've already sacrificed too much to just abandon it now. So I guess that was a nice option. And it's nice that she had this moment of weakness. Although I'm still not sure about that answer. But yeah, I think Zayana can be confident that she will succeed. I guess this will be not very useful, because I have something better. That's right. Why do I still have this? I know it's a glyph. Okay. it's Deglyph. I thought that was the Trandoshan relic, but no, we don't have it anymore. It's probably a pity I let them just die. But you know, there was a possibility they will actually weaken him, and that's just great, because then Zayana would, because in that situation Zayana would have greater chances of survival, so that was perfectly logical. I don't think I should regret my decision. Yes, so what? Yeah, I think we can do this part, at least we can enter the chamber. So yeah, let's see each other there. So here we are at Outpost Warden, sorry, and there's a couple of side quests here. So I'll just, oh yeah, I forgot. I've totally forgotten. I actually got a mail recently from Alexander for the destruction of heretics. You know that. It's essentially how to say it, our compensation for betraying the master of Revanites. So the Order of Revan will soon cease to be. Tari Darkspanner was taken in secret and is being unburdened of her heresy to the Dark Council even as we speak. An infiltrator is speaking to the Revanites in her place, laying the foundation for their eventual destruction. It is an old ruse, but a useful one. In time, the Revanite camp and so-called holy places will burn. Darth Charnus expressed a continued appreciation for your efforts. From Darkspanner's confessions, it seems the Revanites' influence has spread further than anticipated, reaching even beyond Dromund Kaas. Now this pernicious rot will finally shrivel and die. May you continue to serve the Empire. Sandor. And he sent like 200 credits, which is nothing, but thanks anyway. Okay, so yeah, let's talk to Captain Physic first, and then we will talk to Lord Alaric. Hello. Alright, sorry. What? Why? I don't get it. Why are they looking the same?
I've sent 3 separate expeditions into the Dark Temple. Not one has returned. I can't say for sure what's going on, but people who go in there, they don't come back.
Okay.
What makes you say that?
Sounds I heard coming out of that place would send a Rancor running, if it was smart enough to run. You can survive the Dark Temple. I beg you to do me, and more importantly, the Empire a favor. The expeditions I sent in were looking for specific data. I can spare the manpower, they were slaves mostly, but the data is essential.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want me to do?
I'd like you to find the slaves from the expeditions and bring back any data you recover. The slaves from the expeditions were equipped with data pads to store the data they collected. Bring back those data pads. This information's vital to future construction on Dromund Kaas. It's not glamorous, but will you help?
Yeah, sure.
I wouldn't call it a challenge, but it seems straightforward.
Amazing. Fantastic. Your help is invaluable. I'll mark the location the expedition last signaled from on your map. It's the best I can do.
Sure, if we can help the Empire, Zayana will do so.
At last, the Dark Council has answered my petitions and sent a fine young Sith to help secure the temple.
Okay.
I'm not here to secure the temple.
Of course, I've been ignored again. How stupid of me. If you're here, however, you must have the authority to enter the Dark Temple. You could still save this planet.
Save?
You have my complete, undivided attention.
The Dark Temple is ancient, built during a previous incarnation of our Empire. 1,000 years ago, our own Emperor buried his enemies here. These enemies remain powerful, even in death, which is why the temple was sealed. But now, something terrible has happened.
Some idiot went and woke them up.
With the Emperor's attention elsewhere, a group of ambitious but ignorant Sith thought to gain power by raiding the temple. They didn't find the relics they sought. Instead, they awoke an ancient Sith Lord, Lord Calig, and their expedition plunged into madness.
Okay.
What was this expedition? How many people were lost?
At least 100. Several Sith, slaves, soldiers, experts. All stupid. Because Lord Calig died by ambush, I believe he awakened unaware of his own death, and his expectations became reality for those around him. His power overwhelmed all inside the temple. And even now the workers plot wars against each other, believing themselves Sith Lords, and drawing terrible power from Calig himself.
Are there more dead Sith Lords in there?
Ah, you begin to see the crisis. There are still more ancient Sith Lords whose spirits lay dormant in the temple. If the ancient Sith Lords are woken by the violence within, they could overrun Dromund Kaas.
Let's keep them napping.
I have studied all of the burial chambers within. Each was made with the same ancient design, one we can exploit. If you fuse the 500-kilogram hinges on each tomb door, even a violent assault should not be able to wake the ancients.
Okay.
What exactly does this entail?
The team I sent in earlier was using a massive metal torch. Effective, but slow, I'm afraid. They did not make it far. The torch must be recovered, and the doors of the ancients sealed.
Alright, sounds like a job for Zayana. No ghost shall stand in her way. Because who you gonna call? No, it doesn't really rhyme. It doesn't really rhyme, yeah. Sorry for that. But yeah, I think that will be all for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Star Wars: The Old Republic. If you did, please let me know. If you have any advice or suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye!